Hello, we are here for one more lesson of this SprutCAM training course in video. Today we are talking about a topic called Geometrical Objects Import. This is one of the cases where the theoretical lesson will have much more details than we can speak about in this video, because most of the important and relevant data it is shown in tables, compatibilities about formats, types of entities that can be imported, and so on. Anyway, we can talk a little about the main things, and for sure, in the end, if you have some questions or things that are not so clear, you can contact us, and we are here to explain everything. So the topic it is to talk about what can be possible to import inside SprutCAM. So we have CAD files in different types of formats depending of the software the file came, and we can import it to be a base for the creation of the toolpaths. First thing we must guarantee it is to choose the model tab. This is where the information related with the CAD it is taken care or treated. And then this button on top, import, we click, we get this dialog box that it is similar to a Windows Explorer window. And we have the all supported formats button where everything is shown what is possible to import. So different types of formats. Again, in our theoretical course, we have the explanation per type of format about what can be done in terms of settings and supported type of entities and so on. This is much more resumed information. Some highlights. So IGs, not so common now. STL, which is stereolithography import, we can work on top of a STL file. VRML, PostScript, DXF for 2D. Once we can have the 2D, we can create some 3D basic shapes inside SprutCAM. Rhinoceros, it's a specific format. Sprut models per solid, very common. Step, I would risk to say that is the most common one. Very interesting and very important for the cases where we have complex information and that must be very accurate. So it's what I would prefer now. Sprut geometry format, SolidWorks, also very important. Solid Edge, this is something called, let me try to find the correct name, polygon file format, and this is information that comes from 3D scanners and other types of formats which you can comment and see a little more about in the theoretical course. Let's see the step to have some examples. I have one example that comes from the installation of SprutCAM, so let's open this. When we are importing, the idea of the software is to check the entities that are inside the file, make a resume, and convert it to SprutCAM model. So we have a couple of numbers here, basically to read this. So for solids, and then convert it to SprutCAM geometry, we have one solid. Same for faces, surfaces to curves, etc. Or curves, ignored, nothing. So we have a resume of this. So okay, this is imported inside. You can see one very interesting thing, that this particular model, being a step, has some additional information attached. This is a very nice functionality, and we speak about it in one of the previous lessons. This is the PMI type of data. But today the important factor is the import of the file. So you can have this type of import in any of the different file formats, better, worse, whatever you have. There are files that are more adequate to some type of information and so on. So please read a little about what is available and make some experience about what is possible. Another very interesting topic, which is more or less related with this import of geometry, it is something called the add-ins manager, which we can find, for example, here, add-in manager. And this add-in manager, it is a functionality that allows us to have other specific modules for having a direct interface with specific CAD software. So we have a lot of them here. So you can see we can have this add-ins manager, and when we say import this, we can have a specific toolbar, which I don't have installed. It's not very important in my particular case. But you can see we can have this interface with Compass, which is a CAD software from Russia. We can have from SolidWorks, Alibre, also CAD Pro, FreeCAD, very used also. From Autodesk Inventor, IronCAD, MegaCAD, this is NX, NX, better say in English, Rhinoceros, Solid Edge, Space Claim, TFlexCAD, which also it's one of the softwares we work with, and ZW3D. So there are a lot of add-ins. If we click in one of those, we have some informations about versions and so on related with the connection between SprutCAM and that specific add-in. So again, I think this part of SprutCAM it's much more testing and trying to make some conversions or some import of different file formats inside SprutCAM and see what it is possible to get, so that we can have this toolpath on top of the geometry. So it is interesting to test different files to see what is obtained. And for some questions, you can check the theoretical course, or in the end, if you need also some help, you can contact us. As we say always, we'll give you to all of you all the necessary support to make some additional explanations or clarification of some not so clear topics in this video.